Good evening. God bless you. Good to see you again. It's Pastor Mills. I'm here with another motivational moment. And I thought it would be a great idea to come with one of my favorite personal psalms. It's nestled in Psalm 30 in verse 5, where the sweet psalmist says, "For his anger endureth but for a moment, in his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning." Psalm 30 is a powerful psalm, actually identified as what's known as a joyful song. It's not just a song, but according to study, it's identified in the Hebrew word as a shir. Not just a song, but one that is filled with joy, that's filled with praise. And if you're familiar with Psalm 30, in verse number 1, he says, "I will extol you, for you have lifted me up. You haven't let my foes rejoice over me." He literally tells God, thank you. Not lifting him up in a physical sense, but you lifted me up as one is drawn up out of darkness, or even as a bucket pulled out of water. You've picked me up out of what I was in. You didn't let those who were attempting to harm me find any joy over me. He goes on to remind us, I cried out to you and you healed me. This, beloved, is definitely one of things that all of us can attest to. We've all been through some sickness, illness, ailment, going through some condition, some virus even. And David reminds us that when we cry out to God, God hears us and he even heals us. He said, "You brought my soul up from the grave. You kept me alive that I should not go down in the pit." David says, you didn't allow those near-death experiences to overtake me. He says, "You kept me alive that hell may not be my final resting place." Watch this, he says. He encourages others then to sing praise unto the Lord. "You saints of his, give thanks at the very remembrance of his holy name." This is where I got happy, because I love David and his ability to not just keep praise personal, but to even proclaim it in public and get all of those around him to join in his worship. Sing praises to the Lord, saints of his, and give thanks at the very remembrance of his name. David says that we ought to tell God thank you for how good he has been. Sing praises unto his name, remembering how awesome, how good he is, how amazing he is. Watch this. And then he praises him because he says, "Your anger is only but for a moment, but in your favor is life." This, beloved, is powerful because it reminds us that there will be times that we will go through. There will be times that we go against the grain and against the will of God. But he lets us know that God's anger never outweighs his love for us. His anger is but for a moment, but in favor we find life. Watch this. Our weeping may endure for a night, but we have a promise that joy comes in the morning. Beloved, I don't know how long the night's going to be. I can't tell you that when you wake up tomorrow, all your problems will be over. But I can proclaim the promise that's made in this text, that while we may weep tonight, there will be a morning where our joy shall be restored unto us. That God will remind us of who he is. God will resume who he is in our lives. God will put the smile back on our faces and the laughter back in our souls. Can I tell you, beloved, if we just hold on and hold fast, that while we're going through this season, where weeping may be on our agenda, where headache, heartache, and hurt may be on our plate right now, if we continue to hold on, the promise will be fulfilled in our life, that the weeping will cease. I say it like the old preacher said, every storm runs out of rain, and at some point the sunshine will replace the pain. And so can I tell you, beloved, can I encourage you, can I motivate you tonight to just hold on a little while longer and watch God do those things he promised that he will do. Yeah, we may cry some, we may be hurt some, but if we hold on, the joy will return. That's my word for tonight. God bless you. God keep you is eternally my prayer. Be blessed.